listen, $363 million, that's what it really is. It's 10 years. It's really an extension. He's got 2 more years to go on the old contract. So it totals a lot more, but it's the actual money. It's 10 years, $363 million. That's an average of $36 million a year. So Trout is now basically going to be an Angel for life. No opt-outs, no trade, full no trade. He's going to be 40 when the contract is up. So the Angels are essentially, you got to figure between the ages of 35 and 40. You're not going to get a lot of production out of him. So the Angels, who have gotten Trout at a cheap end of first half of his career, are going to pay for that at the back end of his career, which is fair. So Trout, of course, now is an Angel. Now, I got a couple things about this. First off, obviously, it's $30 million more than what Harper made, so he sets the bar, as he should. He's the best player in the game. Mookie Betts in Boston, I'm sure, is keeping an eye on this. His contract is up down the road. The Red Sox, they're going to have to deal with that. So we understand the ramifications in the sport. Bottom line is, to me, I don't know why Trout felt that he had to get this contract done so quickly. I mean, first off, the Angels are not going to win. I mean, I know this is tricky. The Angels have no pitchers. None. Zero. They are never going over the salary cap of that threshold. They're about $170 million now. They have been burned with pitchers in the past. C.J. Wilson, Weaver. They are going to be... Hamilton was a disastrous contract. Pujols, they like to get out of that contract if they could. In a minute, they get out of that. They can't. And he's got 3 more years at around $30 million a year. The Angels are going to be very, very careful of going out there and signing any big pitchers to their... They didn't sign Keuchel, did they? To their rotation. And they have no pitching. So I don't know why Trout felt... this is a guy who's played in 3 playoff games in his life. Did not play well in the 3 games. He was 1 for 13 million strikeouts. This is a guy here that has, we all want to see him with the spotlight on him, and I'm not too sure if the Angels are a team that is really going to win a lot. I know that's a little rough to say, but it's fact. I mean, they have Ohtani. We have to wait and see. Tommy John, he showed you some signs last year. Got a chance to be pretty good, but I mean, he's no guarantee. And the Tyler Skaggs, the Andrew Haynes, the Matt Harveys, Trevor Cahill. Really? What? They got rid of Newcomb, who's going to be a good pitcher. They got Simmons, the shortstop. Seems like that's a good trade for both teams. They got Simmons signed. He's a great defensive shortstop. He's hit a little bit, a lot more than a little bit, much more than I ever thought he was going to hit when I watched him in Atlanta. So that seems like that was a good trade for both teams. But they traded a big young pitcher, and this pitcher, Newcomb's going to be a big pitcher for Atlanta. And you have to have pitching. And they don't have any. So I'm a little surprised that Trout, when he's still got 2 years to go, wouldn't take more of a wait-and-see approach. See if the Angels show some signs of building up that farm system, being in a competitive pennant race in the next year or so before he is a free agent, and then he can make a decision on whether the Angels, in his eyes, in the second half of his career, are going to be a competitive baseball team with a chance to win on a year-in, year-out basis. And he did not do that, and I'm a little surprised by that. I'm a little surprised. Now, listen, he's got $36 million, got a great deal. And we all know he got more than Harper, and he deserved it, and he's a wonderful player, and he's going to play his whole career with the Angels, and there's something to say about that, where he's going to be basically born an angel and die an angel, and you like that. And, we don't have that many players who do that nowadays, really in any sport. So when that occurs, that's good. So there are some positives here, but as far as he is concerned, he is staying with a team that has not shown that it can win. They have not done anything. They have not won. I mean, that's simple as that. And they're not winning this year either. They might be a little better, but their over-under number in Vegas is 81.5. They have the Astros in their division. I mean, they might be, an 84, 85 win team. I'm not going to deny that. And maybe they can fiddle around and hang in there at the second wild card spot in the American League after the Yankees and the Red Sox battle for the first wild card spot in the divisional championship. Maybe the Angels can, play for the one game. But, I mean, from a long-term perspective, this is not a franchise right now that has shown on a year-to-year basis that they are going to have the resources, number one. Number two, that they can win. Now, maybe they get a new ballpark. We know that they're thinking about moving to Long Beach. There's been rumors about that. They want to get out of Angel Stadium. That's going to be a fight. We're going to have to find out if somebody's going to help them build a ballpark in Southern California. Well, that's a down-the-road proposition, especially in that state. I don't know in that state. Kroenke's building the Rams. The Giants built their own ballpark. I'm not sure in that California. I'm not sure in that state anybody is building anybody a stadium. Not in that state. That's the most stacked state in America. I'm not sure. And they're going to want some help there. So, I mean, that's a little dubious from that. Listen, there are some issues here. I'm just a little surprised. I have to admit. I mean, he had 2 years to go. He's going to get that money down the road anyway. And there's no guarantee he's going to win. Plus, and there's nothing wrong with this, but he's playing for the Angels. They're the second team in that market. He's not playing for the Yankees. He's not playing for the Red Sox. He's not playing for the Phillies. He's not playing for the Cubs. He's not playing for the Dodgers. He's not playing for the Giants. I mean, he tied his lot in with the Angels. All right, the Angels. So I'm not blown away by this as everybody seems to be blown away here on the network today. Because he would have gotten this in 2 years, barring injury. He would have gotten this in 2 years, still prime of his career. Somebody would have given him this huge deal. The average contract would have been the same. And he probably could have had his choice of teams that were in and year out basis a chance to play in postseason games. Because I'm not sure if he's going to have a chance more than a couple of times in his career to play in big-time postseason baseball. The Angels have not proven to anybody that they can be good and sustain it year in and year out. When's the last pitcher the Angels developed? When's the pitcher they had? They traded him to Atlanta. When is the last pitcher the Angels had? When is the last one? Go ahead, tell me. I mean, I had to go find Cody out, and I got Trevor Cahill now. Matt Harvey. I mean, that's grabbing at that's going to the grocery store and grabbing something there and grabbing something there, and hopefully somehow you put a dinner together. That concerns me a little bit. So I'm not blown away by this as much as everybody else is. He deserves every nickel. And give the Angels, they stepped up. I'll buy that. But if you're Trout and you're his agent, you say to yourself, hold on now. I'm going to get this in 2 years. I want to win. Team hasn't won anything. We're not winning this year. Well, he can't say that because he's an athlete. He understands it's a new season. He's optimistic. But let's look at this realistically. Chances are they're not going to win this year. And we are not going over luxury taxes. They have not done that. So I don't know why the rush was to get this done. Obviously, he loves Southern California. So we shall see.